Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Jim from Gecko Epic once again, and I am here with Falcor. And if you're an 80s kid like me, you know where I got that name from. If not, you're gonna have to look it up. But anyway, Falcor is a juvenile crested gecko. He's one of two that I currently have, hoping to get some more pretty soon. But I just set up this really cool new enclosure for them. The one that I had before was all wrong. It was actually made for a snake and just required way too much care to keep the humidity and temperature up. So I was able to get my hands on this enclosure secondhand. And it's going to be perfect for these guys. I've got him, and then I believe he's a male. He's a little bit too early to tell for sure, but I do believe him to be male. And then I've got another juvie named Graphite, and he likes to jump. These guys are awesome jumpers, although their depth perception and coordination isn't always the best. And so whenever I do this, I always make sure that I'm on carpet because they fall a lot, and I don't want them to get hurt. Let's say, yeah, he's getting ready. He's getting ready. Do it. Do it. There we go. See what I mean? He almost overshot the landing that time. The other thing that they do sometimes is when they jump, they don't release all of their feet. So like 3 out of the 4 feet will release, and so it's like a, and then they end up coming back. It's kind of funny. But anyway, so let me tell you about the way that I set this up. This is actually a bioactive setup, and it's actually really easy to do that. You can even buy bioactive kits at most pet stores that have everything in it. But you can do it yourself for a lot cheaper. And so what I have here on the bottom is, if I can, yeah, you can see that. I've got some, I'm not sure if they're ceramic or clay pebbles. They were in there when I bought the enclosure. But they actually make a perfect base for this. That's just going to allow for drainage so that, it stays moist but not swampy, up at the top. And then I just separated it with a layer of landscaping fabric. I had some landscaping fabric left over from doing some work outside. So I took the enclosure, put it on top, used some scissors to cut around. This is not arts and crafts, but it worked for me. So then I put that down, and then I've got on top of that I've got some cocoa fiber and some repti soil as well, and it's got some springtails in there, which are really great because they eat the poop, and then their poop becomes beneficial for the live plant that I have in there. All of my enclosures, well, I shouldn't say all, but most of my enclosures, I try to keep live plants in. I think that they're just more interesting to look at. They also help a lot with temperature and with humidity. It gives them a really good gradient so that, I actually find my cresties most of the time during the day, because they're nocturnal, down at the bottom. They'll just hang out down there because it's a little bit cooler. And having a live plant down there as opposed to a fake one definitely helps with that. So I think that's a snake plant. It's nice and sturdy so that they can, climb on it and jump on it, and it's not going to like bend on them or anything like that. And then I've got a couple of just little bamboo, fake bamboo things in there for them to climb on. I do have a heating pad on the side here. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe if I open the door, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. But yeah, whew. See the heating pad right there? So these guys don't require high heat. As a matter of fact, they don't want high heat. Anything above 80 degrees is going to stress them out. Actually, low 70s is perfect for them. But, that way, if they do get a little bit cool and they want to, get a little bit of belly heat, they can do that, warm themselves up a little bit. Temperature and humidity is being monitored by this digital thermometer. I know that, most kits that you get, you can find those, really cheap, I don't know if they're spring or, metal coil thermometers and hygrometers. I guess they're better than nothing, but to me, they're pretty useless. And these digital thermometers are cheap enough. I think I paid like under $15 and I got a bunch of them. Most of my enclosures have one, but it's really important to be able to monitor heat and humidity. So that's what I have that for. And then I've got a fogger up there, which is on for 12 hours. It's actually on its lowest setting, and I'm going to keep track of the humidity in here. Cresties like a humidity somewhere between 70 and 80%. So I'll have to see if, just make sure that it's not getting too humid in there, because if it does, it can actually cause some skin issues for these guys. He's getting ready to jump again. I'm telling you, man, if you have never held a crested gecko in your life, you need to do it. These things are like pillow soft. It's like a marshmallow. I don't know. Like, oh, there he goes. I'm telling you, man, if you invent a pillow that is as soft as a crested gecko, you will make millions. And I'm going to want $1 for every one that you sell because I gave you the idea. And it's actually pretty incredible to think about the fact that just about 30 years ago, we thought these guys were extinct. And after a storm in New Caledonia in 1994, they were rediscovered. And, they became, people realized how easy they were to breed. And so they entered the pet market not too long after that. Another interesting thing about these guys is, again, because they're so soft and their bodies are so fragile, they don't like being grabbed. You would never want to grab one of these guys. They'll freak out. Very unlikely to bite you, and even if they did, they wouldn't break the skin. But if you do frighten them, they'll end up dropping their tail. And you'll notice, actually, you can actually see them doing it a little bit here. Their tail does have, it's not truly prehensile. They wouldn't be able to hang off it, but it does have some prehensile qualities to it. They use it for balance, and they use it, as a stability, when they're on limbs and stuff. And unfortunately, when they do drop their tails, this species of gecko does not regrow it. They'll have a little frog butt for the rest of their lives. And as a matter of fact, oftentimes you'll find full-grown crested geckos, if they have an intact tail, they're actually worth a little bit more monetarily in some cases. But I think it would be a shame for him to have to lose this tail, even though he's shedding a little bit. He's got a little piece of skin hanging off of it. But anyway, totally, really, really super cool guys. They're not really great for breeding right now, just because the market is completely flooded with it. But I don't care. I just have them because I love them. So I've got him, and I'm gonna grab Graphite, who's the other cresty that's gonna be going in this enclosure. So we'll introduce him in there. Come on, my dude. There you go. All right. Let me grab Graphite. Graphite's a little bit bigger. He's also a little bit more skittish. Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, there he goes. All right. Yeah, there's Graphite. Oh, yep. Yeah, there's Graphite. And, he's got some really cool coloration on his tail. See that? See that? Dark brown and white coloration. He's a little bit darker. He's a little bit bigger. He's 11 grams. Falcor is 9 grams. But they've been cohabiting for a few weeks now, and they get along great. I do believe this is a female, but again, a little bit too early to tell for sure. So we'll have to find out. Once they get old enough, if it's discovered that they're both males, they probably will have to be separated because they'll start fighting. But they're good for now. And now he's just kind of hanging. He's chilling. So we'll put him in his new enclosure. And we'll see how things go for him. There you go. Yep. There you go. Go in. Go on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can't get them on you and you can't get them off you. There you go. Excellent. All right. Well, so far so good. They look happy. So that's their new enclosure. I've got one more enclosure that I need to do today. I'm going to be setting up my Kenyan sand boa with a new home. And I'll be showing that to you a little bit later on. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.